champion, and Rex Layne of Salt Lake City, one of the country's top-ranking heavyweight contenders.
How you doing, boxing fans? This is Russ Hodges speaking to you from San Francisco, California, and the Winterland Sports Arena, where we have those two big contenders for the heavyweight crown going tonight in Rex Layne and Ezzard Charles. We've got a crowd of around 7,000 people, maybe more on hand, which is just about capacity for George Campbell's Winterland, and we're looking forward to a real slam banger. How do you like it on TV, Bub? Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a tremendous amount of interest in this bout in San Francisco. Ezzard Charles has not made his appearance yet, but since he's getting ready to come down the aisle now, I think you'd better get the camera off of this spot and get up into the ring and take a look at Rex Layne. Charles has just come in. We're right in the corner of Ezzard Charles. And they were coming through in front of us, and that's why we had to shoot you up to the ring in such a hurry. I will remind you that the California scoring system awards 11 points per round, 2 judges, 1 referee. In the event of a draw round, you would score it 5.5 and 5.5. But, of course, if you think one man wins it by a narrow margin, then 6-5. Or on up to 7-4, and they figure that it takes at least 2 knockdowns in a round out here in San Francisco to give one man as much as 8. Also, in the event of a knockdown, the man that's knocked down must take the mandatory count of 8. Both boys now, Rex Layne against Ezzard Charles in their rubber match in Ogden, Utah. Layne outpointed Charles. Then in 1951 on one of our Pabst Blue Ribbon telecasts, you saw Ezzard Charles knock out Layne in 11 rounds at Pittsburgh. That's one I'll never forget because I did the final game of the World Series at Yankee Stadium that afternoon and had that fine fight that night. Now, announcer Scotty Butterworth, very personable fellow out here in San Francisco, is ready to take over the microphone. So, Scotty, anytime you say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's contests are under the supervision of the California State Athletic Commission and directed by the promoters Jimmy Murray, Benny Ford, and Lou Thomas in conjunction with the International Boxing Club. Officials assigned here by the State Athletic Commission, the referee Frankie Carter. The judges are Johnny Lotzi, Toby Irwin, the timekeeper Emmett Stevenson, and Dr. Don Lestretto at ringside. This will be the feature attraction of the evening, 10 rounds. Introducing from Cincinnati, Ohio, the former heavyweight champion of the world, weighing 187 1/2 pounds, Ezzard Charles. His opponent from Lewiston, Utah, weighing 202 pounds, Rex Layne.
All right, let's go, Charles.
Let's get started. All right, here's what I want you to remember. I'll be very brief because time's running short. When I say break, I want both of you to stop punching and step back clean. I don't want any rabbit punches, kidney punches, or low punches. If you score a knockdown, go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there till either I complete the count or I motion you to continue. Is that understood? What? Do you want to? Is that agreeable? Well, in the main event, it's not all except the main event. With the preliminaries. Now, if you want it with this bout, it's optional.
Just the title fight of this referee. It's matters the title match. It's an 8-count all but a title match.
Well, in California, it's all but a main event.
You're telling us what the rules are.
I'm telling you the rules. In California, it's mandatory to take an 8-count in preliminary bouts, but not with the main event. However, if you want an 8-count, I'll be glad to go to. All right, we'll have a compulsory 8-count. Is that agreeable? Shake hands about boxing. And don't shake hands again until I tell you to.
At 203, Layne is heavier than he has ever been, despite intensive training. Charles weighs 187.5. The most that he has ever weighed for a main goal was 191. 203 for Rex Layne. This is the rubber match with both boys looking forward to a heavyweight title bout. As you know, Ezzard the former heavyweight champion, and Layne, who has defeated Jersey Joe Walcott and Ezzard Childs, among others. This is round one from the Winterland in San Francisco. Childs in the white trunks out of Cincinnati. Throughout the bout, you will have a chance to compare the footwork of the two opponents. Childs, very easy to move around, but Layne is just a boy that likes to stand and club away, and he's very strong and very game. Layne trying to use that 15.5-pound weight advantage that he has a bit. Whether that's a knockdown, we don't know. He did not make him stay down for the count of 8, so presumably it is not considered a knockdown. Layne is a bit bloodshot in the right eye already. Layne has trained intensively on improving his left hand. He can wing those rights in very well, but he's never been able to perfect a good left hook or a left jab. This is round one with 45 seconds left to go. Both boys milling away well, and both landing well. Corner of Ezzard Childs with Izzy Klein and his co-manager Tom Tanis working on Ezzard. Jake Mintz is not with the former champion tonight, but is watching on TV. Marv Jensen, the manager of Rex Layne, giving last-minute advice to Rex after they put on a slam-bang round one at the Winterland in San Francisco. That's Layne at 203 in the black trunks, Childs at 187.5 in the white trunks. Since he lost to Rex Layne in Ogden, Utah, Childs has won 6 bouts, 4 by knockouts, 2 by decisions. And Layne has lost a split decision to Roland Lastarza after having Lastarza down in the first round. Left in round 2. Layne's nose has been battered a bit. yelling all kinds of advice to Rex, telling him to get inside. Ezzard, one of the most finished boxers in any class, against the very strong Rex Layne. Scheduled 10-rounder before a near-capacity throng at the Winterland in San Francisco. Charles was warned for his wrestling tactics, holding and hitting. Good solid punches landed by Rex in that exchange as round 2 is over, and that is Ezzard Charles back to his corner. Listen to how the crowd likes this one. You know quite a bit about the history of Ezzard Charles, how he's been fighting for a long time, breaking into the welterweight division and going all the way up until that very dramatic night at Yankee Stadium back in 1950. He defeated Joe Louis in a great bout, and then at Pittsburgh ran into a left hook from Jersey Joe Walcott that ended the bout in very dramatic fashion, and Jersey Joe became heavyweight champion of the world. He got a rematch with him and then was defeated by Walcott in the return. There is Layne, who's one of the most colorful fighters around today. Admittedly, no super boxer, but a boy with a lot of heart, and he's been in there with all of the best of them and has steadily improved the work of his left hand, although Rex will be the first to admit that his footwork does not clash with some of the real fancy dance. Round 3, Layne in the black trunks, Charles in the white. The crowd estimate tonight is 7,500. Third meeting between the two boys, Charles winning on an 11-round knockout at Pittsburgh, and then Layne decisioning Charles at Ogden, Utah last August. That's the last bout that Ezzard lost. Minute to go in the third round. Layne doing effective punching to the midsection. Charles' all-round inside work is always beautiful. cleanly on the chin as Layne was coming in. 5 seconds left in round 3. Let's go for round 4. Rex Layne weighing a 203 against Ezzard Charles, 187.5. Both boys ranking high in the heavyweight division and in a position of having to win tonight to retain their high rankings. Record as predicting a knockout tonight, but both boys, one on record, is saying they expected to win, but they have quite a bit of respect for each other. Layne, for the last 2 rounds, has done most of his damage to the midsection of Ezzard Charles, with Charles fine countering and work to the head, rolling up his points. Well, they butted heads that time. Referee Frank Carter working along in fine style. One of the top referees of the San Francisco Bay Area. Seconds in round 4. From San Francisco, California, where the Pacific Coast Baseball League got underway yesterday with a lot of the fanfare. Of course, you know about the famous San Francisco 49ers, a great sport town. This is Ezzard Charles in the white trunks against Rex Layne in the black. Layne with a 15.5 pound weight advantage. Neither man has been knocked down, although Layne was down to his knees from a half push and a half blow in round 1. Scheduled for 10 rounds with a referee and 2 judges, dividing 11 points between the 2 contestants per round.
Break. All right, step back. Get out, let go.
Charles' best right hand of the fight went zooming in there then.
Who's down?
Occasionally you might hear some of the advice that members of Charles' corner continue to call out to him because they're only about 3 feet away from our microphone. Layne leading with the right hand and missing and still not getting tagged coming in. You can't often do that. Less than a minute in round 5. Layne very strong at 203. Charles very sharp at his 187.5. Both boys very aggressive.
All right, let's get out. Come on.
That's Rex Layne, who was warned for butting Ezzard Charles in the last 10 seconds of round 5. Feeling is very high between these two boys. They no like it all. And I think it'll start showing more and more as the bout continues. This is round 6. Charles hitting very hard now with the left hand. There's a mouse under the right eye of Rex Layne. His nose is swollen a bit. Charles is not marked. Charles has a chance to put him away. Layne's face is a crimson smear. His right eye is ripped. Seconds left in round 6. If Layne lasts the round, that's Layne down to one knee, and he has to take a count of 8. He has to take a count of 8, and I think they're stopping it. Nope, they're not stopping it. The referee is counting 8. Look, the referee thought the bell had rung. That's how much bedlam we have here. The clock shows 18 seconds remaining in round 6. And the bell rings with 15 seconds left. That's Rex Layne, and the commission doctor is coming in to examine him. No, he came up to the apron of the ring and decided not to come in, apparently. Layne's left eye absorbed a terrific battering in round 6, one that saw everybody confused. The referee was making Layne take the 8 count. Charles wanted to get to him. Then in the confusion, it seemed that the bell had rung. It had not. And finally, the bell rang with apparently 15 seconds remaining in round 6. The noise is so terrific that you just can't hear yourself think at all. Now they have called for the commission doctor to see if Rex Layne can continue in round 7, and apparently he can. This is round 7. Cut in Layne's left eyebrow is bleeding down his left cheek and is not obscuring his vision. Seventh round, Layne took about as much punishment in round 6 as we've seen any man take in a long time, and still come back battling here in round 7. One minute has gone by in the 7th round. Layne staggered, but didn't go down. He's down now, and he must take 8. We'll pick up the count. 6, 7, 8. Again we go. That's the second time Layne has been down. A minute to go in the round. What's keeping Layne up? 15 seconds in round 7. We're also glad to have station KFMB TV in San Diego and WJAC TV in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, joining our Pabst Blue Ribbon Network. Thanks to Bill Edholm and his staff of KFMB TV for helping us bring these Wednesday night fights to San Diego. The commission doctor, after examining Layne again between rounds, has decided he's fit to continue. This is round 8. Ezzard Charles in the white trunks that are visibly pink now. Layne in the black trunks. Rex has been down twice. Layne, in trying to protect his left eye, is vulnerable now to that fine left hook that Charles is throwing. That is not considered a knockdown. 1 minute left in round 8. Layne has landed very few punches of any description in the last 3 rounds, but he's battling back now. Is over as we've just been drenched. Ezzard Klein in going up the steps to hit Ezzard Charles with a wet sponge got me first and the entire working press here. Mother, I've just had a bath. That's the corner of Rex Layne. You can see once again the feverish activity over there as they are working on his eye. However, it did not take any more severe punishment in round 8, so the commission physician has not come in. However, he has absorbed a terrific amount of punishment, and it's only wonderful fighting heart, the type that has made Layne so popular around the country, that have him in there. Now here's Charles, that's Izzy Klein, and Tom Tanis, his co-manager, talking to Ezzard as they've been trying to get him from the corner to set him up with the left hand and cross the right. Those are the instructions that we've heard drummed into our ears all night. Now after a nice rub down with a Turkish towel, I'm ready to go for round 9. There's Charles in the white trunks, Rex Layne in the black. Layne has been down for counts of 8 in the 6th and 7th rounds. Round from San Francisco. Charles, who has had the taste of championship glory, trying to fight back to be in a position to fight the winner of the Marciano-Walcott fight. And Layne, who is longing for a taste of the big money and the championship glory. Layne, as you can see, Layne appears to be as fresh as he was through the first 5 rounds after absorbing terrific punishment in rounds 6 and 7. And this is round 10. Charles has gone all out for the knockout. Despite the fact that he's had Layne down twice, he's not been able to finish him off. And a boy as strong as Rex is always dangerous. With his best left hand of the bout. It did not slow down Charles at all. Round 10 with 2 minutes to go. Going to last, but barely. He's up, but he has to take the count of 8, and he may be out on his feet, and I believe